In the vast emptiness of the Carina Nebula's outer rim, the salvage ship Star Seeker drifted silently through a field of debris. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the helm, her dark eyes scanning the wreckage that stretched endlessly before her. 15 years after the Great Push, humanity's forced exodus from Earth, salvage operations like this were how many survivors made their living. "Another dead zone, Captain?" First Officer James Rodriguez asked, his weathered face illuminated by the soft glow of holographic displays. Sarah shook her head, pointing to an anomalous reading on her screen. "No, there's something different here. These radiation patterns, they're too precise." She'd spent a decade sorting through the aftermath of humanity's various defeats, and nature was never this orderly. The object that caught her attention was unremarkable at first glance, a piece of hull plating roughly the size of their ship, scared by what appeared to be weapons fire. But the scars formed patterns that were almost mathematical in their spacing. "Maya, what's your analysis?" Sarah called to their ship's eye specialist, a prodigy who'd escaped Earth's fall with nothing but her neural implants and an uncanny ability to communicate with artificial intelligences. Maya Kumar's fingers danced across her haptic interface, her augmented eyes glowing faintly as she processed the data. "The material composition doesn't match any known human or Krelax designs. And there's something else." She frowned. "It's absorbing our scan pulses in a way that suggests active technology, not passive debris." Before Sarah could respond, their ship's proximity alerts blared to life. 3 Krelax patrol vessels had dropped out of hyperspace less than 10,000 kilometers away. The alien ships, with their characteristic bone-white hulls and predatory profiles, had haunted humanity's nightmares since first contact. "They shouldn't be here," Rodriguez muttered, already plotting evasive courses. "This sector was clear an hour ago." Sarah's mind raced. The Krelax never deployed less than a full battle group unless they were chasing something specific. Her eyes returned to the mysterious debris, and suddenly the pieces clicked together. "Maya, full scan of that whole section, now. Forget protocols. Push our sensors to maximum." The order went against every salvage operation guideline, but Sarah's instincts were screaming that this was important. The scan lasted less than 30 seconds before their equipment overloaded, but it was enough. Maya's eyes widened as she processed the results. "Captain, that's not debris. It's alive. The entire structure is composed of self-repairing nanomaterials. This is technology centuries beyond anything humanity had before the fall." The Krelax ships were closing fast, their weapons charging. Sarah had seconds to make a decision that would change not just their lives, but potentially the course of human history. "Maya, can you communicate with it?" The young specialist nodded hesitantly. "I think so, but the Krelax will detect any transmission." "Do it anyway. Rodriguez, put us between those ships and the debris. Make it look like we're trying to salvage it conventionally." Maya closed her eyes, her neural implants connecting directly with their ship's communication array. The message she sent was simple: "We are human. We need help. Wake up." For a moment, nothing happened. The Krelax ships drew closer, their first warning shots illuminating the void around them. Then the debris began to move. What they had thought was a simple piece of hull plating began to unfold like a massive geometric flower. Layers of advanced metamaterials shifted and transformed, revealing glimpses of technology that seemed to defy physics itself. In less than a minute, they found themselves facing not debris, but a ship, one unlike anything humanity had ever built. Its hull was midnight black, absorbing both light and sensor scans, but patterns of energy coursed beneath its surface like digital rivers. It was smaller than a typical warship, but radiated power in a way that made the approaching Krelax vessels seem primitive in comparison. A signal reached their ship, bypassing all known communication protocols. The voice that spoke was neither human nor artificial, but something in between. "Project Phoenix, activated. Human presence confirmed. Initiating emergency protocol Alpha 7. The voice paused, then added, "Captain Chen, I suggest you and your crew come aboard quickly. The Krelax are about to learn why their victory was never as complete as they believed." Sarah looked at her crew. Maya's excitement, Rodriguez's skepticism, and her own reflection in the view screen, showing a woman who had spent too many years running from humanity's defeats. It was time to stop running. Maya, establish docking protocols. Rodriguez, plot us a course. Whatever this Project Phoenix is, I have a feeling it's exactly what humanity has been waiting for. She allowed herself a small smile as the mysterious ship extended a docking corridor toward them. And I, for one, am very interested in showing the Krelax what humanity's been hiding all these years. The Krelax ships opened fire as the Star Seeker began its approach, but their weapons dispersed harmlessly against Phoenix's energy field. As Sarah led her crew toward the airlock, she couldn't shake the feeling that they had just stumbled upon more than just advanced technology. They had found hope itself, wrapped in a shell of impossibly advanced engineering. And somewhere in the back of her mind, a question burned. Who had built this ship, and why had they left it waiting here, in the exact place where humanity needed it most? The interior of Project Phoenix defied everything Sarah Chen thought she knew about spacecraft design. As her crew made their way through the expanding corridors, literally expanding, as the walls shifted and flowed like liquid metal, she realized they were walking into a revolution in human engineering. Maya moved beside her, her augmented eyes rapidly processing the endless stream of data flowing through the ship's transparent surfaces. "Captain, this isn't just advanced technology. The entire ship is one interconnected organism. The AI, the structure, even the atmosphere, they're all part of a single system." A soft voice echoed through the corridor, the same voice that had welcomed them aboard. "Correct, Specialist Kumar. I am Phoenix, though that name describes not just my consciousness, but every atom of this vessel." Holographic displays materialized around them, showing the 3 Krelax ships now moving to surround them. "And I apologize, but we'll need to postpone the detailed explanations. Our visitors are becoming impatient." Rodriguez, ever the tactical officer, studied the displays. "Those are Havoc-class destroyers. Standard Krelax protocol is to disable and board any human vessel they encounter. They'll be launching boarding parties within minutes." "Let them try," Phoenix replied, and Sarah could have sworn she heard amusement in the eye's voice. "Captain Chen, I need you and your crew to interface with my control systems. While I'm capable of autonomous operation, my designers believed human intuition combined with my processing power would be optimal." The corridor opened into what had to be the bridge, though it looked more like an artistic interpretation of one. Instead of traditional control stations, 5 neural interface pods emerged from the flowing deck. Each was surrounded by a cocoon of shifting displays and holographic controls. "Neural interface pods." Maya breathed, her eyes wide with excitement. "But these are nothing like the civilian models. The bandwidth alone must be 2,000 times greater than standard military-grade interfaces," Phoenix finished. "You'll have full sensory integration with my systems. In effect, you'll become part of me." Sarah approached one of the pods, her heart racing. Direct neural interface was common enough in civilian applications, but military-grade systems had been lost when Earth fell. Why us? Why trust a random salvage crew with this kind of power? The holographic displays shifted, showing what looked like personnel files. They're personnel files, but far more detailed than any public records. "You weren't random, Captain Chen. Your discovery of this vessel was anticipated. Your entire crew matches psychological profiles my designers established. You were chosen long before you knew to look for me." The Krelax ships fired their first volley, a warning shot that dissipated harmlessly against Phoenix's shields. Sarah made her decision. "Positions, everyone. Maya, take systems analysis. Rodriguez, tactical. Let's show them what humanity's been hiding." As Sarah settled into the central pod, cool metal embraced her, and neural connectors linked with her spinal ports. The sensation that followed defied description. She was still herself, still Captain Sarah Chen, but she was also more. She could feel the ship's power thrumming through her veins, could sense every system, every weapon, every microscopic nanobot that comprised Phoenix's structure. Through their shared consciousness, Phoenix spoke directly into her mind. The Krelax believe they broke humanity 15 years ago. They believe they understood our full capabilities when they attacked Earth. They were wrong. Humanity had secrets, projects like me, scattered throughout the galaxy, waiting for the right moment, the right people. Sarah saw through the ship's sensors as the Krelax vessels moved into attack formation. She felt Maya and Rodriguez linking in as well, their consciousness joining the gestalt that was quickly forming between crew and ship. Data flowed between them like thoughts, faster than verbal communication could ever achieve. Multiple boarding torpedoes launching. Rodriguez reported, his tactical awareness now enhanced by Phoenix's combat systems. They're trying to breach us at 3 points. Sarah smiled, feeling Phoenix's anticipation matching her own. Show them their first mistake. The boarding torpedoes streaked toward them, but before they could impact, sections of Phoenix's hull simply ceased to exist, creating temporary tunnels through the ship. The torpedoes passed harmlessly through, emerging from the other side to continue into space. Adaptive hull geometry, Maya explained through the neural link, her excitement palpable. The ship can reconfigure its physical structure faster than the Krelax can target it. The Krelax ships hesitated, their sensors undoubtedly struggling to understand what they had just witnessed. Sarah felt Phoenix's weapon systems coming online. Not conventional weapons, but something far more sophisticated. Quantum phase disruptors, Phoenix explained as new data flowed through their shared consciousness. They don't destroy matter. They temporarily shift it out of phase with normal spacetime. Shall we demonstrate? Sarah's answer was interrupted by a transmission from the lead Krelax vessel. The alien commander's image appeared before them, its chitinous features arranged in what passed for confusion in their species. Unknown vessel, you utilize restricted technologies. Submit to immediate boarding and inspection, or be destroyed. Through their neural link, Sarah felt her crew's readiness, felt Phoenix's eagerness to reveal its true capabilities. The time for hiding was over. The time for humanity to stand up again had come. "This is Captain Sarah Chen," she replied, letting her voice carry all the confidence that came with commanding humanity's most advanced warship. "And we don't submit to anyone. Not anymore." The battle that followed would be remembered as the moment everything changed. The day humanity stopped running and started fighting back. The first shots from the Krelax warships lit up space like artificial stars, their energy weapons designed to tear conventional ships apart. But Phoenix was anything but conventional. Through the neural interface, Sarah felt the ship's response, as if it were an extension of her own body. The attacks didn't just miss. They passed through spaces where Phoenix had been microseconds before, the ship's adaptive structure flowing like quicksilver. Multiple Krelax reinforcements detected, Rodriguez reported through their shared neural space. 2 heavy cruisers and their escort fleet just dropped out of hyperspace. They're moving to surround us. Maya's consciousness brushed against Sarah's, sharing tactical data faster than words could convey. Phoenix's power systems are operating at just 12% capacity. We haven't even begun to tap its full potential. The ship's AI merged its thoughts with the crew's collective consciousness. "Shall we show them what that potential looks like, Captain?" Sarah felt the weapons systems humming beneath her awareness, not just the quantum phase disruptors, but dozens of technologies she had never imagined possible. "Target their propulsion systems only. I want survivors to tell this story." Phoenix moved with impossible grace, its hull morphing to present the smallest possible target profile. Energy cascaded through its systems as the quantum phase disruptors powered up. But instead of firing directly, the weapon's energy was channeled through the ship's metamaterial structure, turning the entire vessel into one massive weapons platform. The effect was devastating. Precise beams of coherent energy lanced out from multiple points along Phoenix's hull, each shot passing through the Krelax shields as if they didn't exist. Their targets' engines flickered and died, leaving the alien vessels drifting helplessly. How? Maya's amazement echoed through their shared consciousness. Their shields should have. Quantum tunneling technology, Phoenix explained, displaying complex mathematical models through their neural link. The attacks exist in multiple quantum states simultaneously. No conventional shielding can stop them because they're literally occurring in several dimensions at once. The remaining Krelak ships began a fighting retreat, their tactics shifting from offensive to defensive. But Sarah could sense something else through Phoenix's enhanced sensor systems. The aliens were transmitting massive amounts of data back to their fleet command. "They're analyzing us," Rodriguez warned. "Every second we fight gives them more information about our capabilities." Sarah smiled, feeling Phoenix's agreement with what she was about to suggest. "Then let's give them something new to think about. Phoenix, initiate the mirror protocol you've been telling me about." The space around them shimmered as Phoenix's nanomaterial hull began generating quantum duplicates, not mere holograms, but short-lived quantum copies of the ship itself. Within moments, the Krelaks found themselves facing not one impossible vessel, but dozens. Each quantum duplicate can exist for approximately 2.3 seconds, Phoenix explained to the awestruck crew. "More than enough time to fire their weapons before collapsing back into our primary quantum state." The effect on the Krelak's fleet was immediate. Their formation broke as ships tried to engage multiple targets simultaneously, their sensors unable to determine which Phoenix was real and which were quantum duplicates. Each copy was, for its brief existence, as real and deadly as the original. Through their neural link, Sarah felt her crew's exhilaration. This wasn't just a battle. It was a revolution in warfare. Every second demonstrated capabilities that the Krelaks had never imagined possible, and she could sense their growing fear. "Incoming transmission," Maya reported. "The Krelak's fleet commander is requesting parley." Sarah considered for a moment, feeling Phoenix's systems humming with barely restrained power. "Accept the transmission. Let's hear what they have to say." The alien commander's image appeared before them, its usual arrogance replaced by something approaching caution. "Unknown vessel, we acknowledge your superior capabilities. Allow us to retrieve our damaged ships and withdraw. This encounter will be reported to the Krelak's High Command." "Of course it will be," Sarah replied, her voice steady. "Tell your leaders that humanity is done hiding. Tell them that every ship they destroyed, every colony they conquered, only made us stronger. Tell them that Phoenix was just the beginning." She felt Phoenix's approval through their link. The ship had been designed not just as a weapon, but as a message. Humanity's creativity and determination could overcome any obstacle, given time. As the Krelak's fleet limped away, towing their disabled vessels, Sarah turned her attention to the quantum data streams Phoenix was collecting. The ship had gathered more than just tactical information during the battle. It had been analyzing the Krelak ship's quantum signatures, tracing them back to their origin points. "These readings," Maya said, her consciousness merging with the data flow. "They're not just tactical data. Phoenix was mapping their entire fleet movement network." "Correct," Phoenix confirmed. "Every Krelak ship generates unique quantum signatures when using their FTL drives. By analyzing these signatures, we can track their movements across the galaxy. Would you like to see where they've been hiding their main fleet?" Sarah felt a surge of anticipation from her crew. This wasn't just a victory. It was the beginning of a campaign. Humanity had spent 15 years learning to survive in the shadows. Now, with Phoenix, they could finally start fighting back. "Show us everything," she commanded. "It's time to take the fight to them." The holographic displays came alive with a galaxy of data points, each one representing a Krelak's fleet movement. And in that moment, Sarah Chen and her crew began planning humanity's return from the brink of extinction. News of Phoenix's victory spread through human space like wildfire. Within days, encrypted quantum transmissions reached every surviving human colony and hidden outpost. Sarah watched from Phoenix's bridge as the galactic map before her lit up with responses, Hundreds of human settlements, far more than she had known existed, each one harboring its own secrets. Another transmission from the Europa remnant. Maya reported, her consciousness seamlessly integrated with Phoenix's communications array. They're confirming what we suspected. They have a cache of pre-war quantum technology hidden beneath their ice sheets. Rodriguez's tactical analysis flowed through their shared neural space. The Arcturus Defense Force is reporting similar stockpiles. Humanity didn't just survive the Krelax invasion. We were preparing for this moment. Phoenix's AI merged with their discussion, its vast databases providing context. When Earth fell, it was not the end of humanity's technological advancement. It was a strategic deception. The quantum technology program was distributed across multiple secret locations, each developing different aspects of what would eventually become my systems. Sarah absorbed this information, feeling a mix of pride and anger through her neural link with both ship and crew. All this time, we let them think they'd won. Let them think they'd reduced us to scavenging their leftovers. The holographic displays shifted, showing the movement of Krelax fleets across the galaxy. Their patterns had changed dramatically since the battle, more cautious, more defensive. The aliens were finally starting to realize the true scope of their miscalculation. Incoming transmission, Maya announced. It's from the Krelax High Command. The alien leader's image materialized before them, its chitinous features arranged in what Sarah had learned to recognize as their version of diplomatic formality. Captain Chen, our analysis of your vessel's capabilities has prompted a revaluation of our position regarding human territories. Revaluation. Sarah kept her voice neutral, but through the neural link, her crew could feel her contempt. You mean you've realized that destroying Earth wasn't the victory you thought it was? We are prepared to discuss new terms, the Krelax leader continued. A mutual withdrawal from contested spaces, perhaps. A recognition of existing boundaries. Phoenix's analysis of the transmission flowed through their shared consciousness. The aliens were stalling, trying to buy time to develop countermeasures, but their quantum signatures revealed massive fleet movements toward their core worlds. They were preparing for a war they now knew they might lose. Here's what you need to understand, Sarah replied, letting her words carry the weight of 15 years of human persistence. Phoenix isn't a single ship. It's proof of concept. Every human settlement you failed to find, every colony you overlooked, they've been building, preparing. What you saw in our battle was just the beginning. The alien leader's posture shifted subtly. You claim to have more ships like this one. Sarah smiled, feeling Phoenix's approval of her next words. We claim nothing. But ask yourself this, if we could hide one ship of this capability, what else might we have hidden? How many other projects like Phoenix are out there, waiting to be activated? The psychological impact was exactly what they had hoped for. The Krelax leader ended the transmission abruptly, but not before they detected a surge of encrypted communications to their fleet commanders. They're mobilizing everything they have, Rodriguez reported, monitoring the quantum signatures. Every ship, every battle group. They're abandoning their outer territories to fortify their core worlds. Maya's excitement pulsed through their link, and leaving dozens of conquered human worlds undefended in the process. They're so afraid of facing more ships like Phoenix that they're giving up their gains from the last 15 years. Sarah felt Phoenix's systems humming with anticipation. The ship had been designed not just as a weapon, but as a symbol, a reminder that humanity's greatest strength wasn't its technology, but its ability to adapt, to plan, to turn apparent defeat into opportunity. Send word to all human settlements, she commanded. The time for hiding is over. Every quantum technology cache, every hidden research facility, every secret project, activate them all. The Krelax thought they broke humanity's spirit when they took Earth. Now they'll learn what happens when you back humans into a corner. Through their neural link, Phoenix shared images from across human space, hidden shipyards coming online, quantum reactors powering up, weapons platforms emerging from asteroid fields where they'd laid dormant for years. The deception that had begun with Earth's fall was finally bearing fruit. Multiple quantum signatures detected, Rodriguez reported, his tactical awareness expanded by Phoenix's sensors. Our hidden facilities are launching everything they've got. 15, 20, 30 ships with quantum-based technology. Not as advanced as Phoenix, but far beyond anything the Krelax can handle. Sarah felt a surge of emotion from her crew. Not just pride or triumph, but something deeper. Hope. Real hope for the first time in 15 years. The kind of hope that could rebuild worlds. Phoenix, she said, knowing the AI understood what she was asking. Show us where we're needed most. The galactic map transformed, highlighting the paths to dozens of human worlds waiting to be liberated. The quantum signature trails left by retreating Krelax ships created a roadmap for humanity's return from the brink. And as Phoenix plotted their course toward the first of many battles to come, Sarah Chen realized that humanity hadn't just survived its darkest hour. It had used that darkness to forge itself into something stronger, something the Krelax never saw coming until it was too late. 3 months after Phoenix's revelation, the galaxy had transformed. Sarah Chen stood on the bridge of humanity's most advanced warship, watching through quantum-enhanced sensors as the combined human fleet approached the Krelax homeworld. 30 vessels of varying sizes surrounded Phoenix, each one powered by technology the aliens had never thought possible. Status report, she commanded, feeling the familiar rush of information through her neural link with both ship and crew. The Krelax have concentrated their remaining forces around their home system, Rodriguez reported, his tactical awareness enhanced by Phoenix's combat systems. Over 200 ships, including everything they withdrew from human space. Maya's consciousness merged with the data stream. They've been trying to replicate our quantum technology. Their attempts are primitive. They fundamentally misunderstand the principles involved. Through their shared neural space, Phoenix added its own analysis. The Krelax believed technological superiority was their birthright. They never considered that their victory over Earth might have been allowed, part of a longer strategy. Sarah smiled, remembering the revelations of the past months. Every liberated human world had unveiled new secrets. Quantum laboratories, hidden in gas giant storms, shipyards concealed in dimensional pockets, research facilities phased just slightly out of normal spacetime. Earth's fall had been humanity's greatest deception, scattering their advanced technology across the galaxy while letting the Krelax believe they had won everything. All ships reporting ready, Rodriguez announced. The quantum link network is stable. Every vessel in the fleet can share targeting data and tactical analysis in real time. The Krelax defense fleet hung in space before them, a wall of ships arranged in their traditional combat formation. Their weapons were powered up, shields at maximum, but Sarah could sense their uncertainty. They had spent 15 years believing they were the galaxy's supreme power, only to discover they had been playing a game whose rules they didn't understand. Opening communication channels, Maya reported. The Krelax High Command is requesting terms. Sarah felt Phoenix's approval as she opened the channel. The alien leader's image appeared, its posture a mixture of defiance and fear. Captain Chen, you have proven your point. Humanity's technological capabilities exceed our expectations. We are prepared to discuss unconditional withdrawal from all conquered territories. Withdrawal isn't enough, Sarah replied, her voice carrying the weight of 15 years of human suffering. We want understanding. You invaded Earth because you believed technological superiority gave you the right. You're about to learn why that was never true. She nodded to Maya, who initiated the quantum broadcast they had prepared. Across every frequency, on every channel, the truth of humanity's long game began to play. Records of the quantum technology program, initiated decades before the Krelax invasion. The deliberate decision to let Earth fall while preserving humanity's greatest achievements. The patient, careful preparation for this very moment. Impossible, the Krelax leader hissed. No species would sacrifice their homeworld as part of a strategy. That's why you lost, Sarah explained, feeling the combined resolve of her crew and ship. "You saw us retreat from Earth and assumed we were broken. You never asked why we didn't fight harder to defend it. You never wondered what we might be protecting that was more important than a single planet." Through Phoenix's sensors, she watched understanding dawn in the alien leader's posture. The quantum technology. All of it. Earth was a distraction. Earth was a sacrifice play. Sarah corrected. One world traded for time to perfect technology you couldn't even imagine. And now, 15 years later, that sacrifice pays off. The human fleet moved forward as one, their quantum-linked systems creating a network of shared consciousness that made them function like a single organism. Phoenix led the formation, its adaptive hull gleaming with potential energy. "You have a choice," Sarah offered. "Surrender your fleet, withdraw from all human territories, and accept a new reality where humanity stands as your equal, or learn firsthand exactly how much power we've been hiding all these years." The Kralax ships held their position for one tense moment. Then, one by one, their weapons powered down. The alien leader's image flickered as it transmitted surrender codes across all frequencies. "A wise choice," Sarah acknowledged. "Phoenix, show them what they just avoided." The ship's quantum systems powered up to full capacity for the first time since its activation. Space itself seemed to bend around them as Phoenix demonstrated just a fraction of its true capabilities. Reality rippled as quantum duplicates spawned and collapsed in milliseconds, each one capable of unleashing devastating attacks across multiple dimensions simultaneously. The display lasted only seconds, but its message was clear. Humanity had not just caught up to Kralax technology, they had surpassed it generations ago. As the alien fleet began its withdrawal, Sarah felt a deep sense of completion flowing through her neural link with Phoenix and her crew. They had done more than win a war. They had reshaped the galaxy's understanding of humanity itself. "Send word to all human settlements," she commanded. "Operation Phoenix is complete. Earth's sacrifice is avenged. And humanity's long night of hiding is finally over." The quantum network carried her words to every human world and outpost, where 15 years of secret preparation were finally giving way to open celebration. Humanity had not just survived. They had executed the longest, most elaborate strategic deception in galactic history. And as Phoenix led the fleet home, Sarah Chen realized that their victory proved something fundamental about human nature. It wasn't just their technology that had defeated the Kralax. It was their patience, their creativity, their willingness to sacrifice everything for a long-term strategy that their enemies couldn't even imagine. They had turned defeat into their greatest weapon, and in doing so, changed the galaxy forever.